Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Star Wars Out in the Dark. I am the Ravenous Harkon. My name is Will, and I'll be your storyteller this evening. Last, we left off with our group. We opened up with Edie being told about the Exodus Protocol and how it's designed to eradicate any shards that might have escaped their enclosure. Edie and P3 began to face off against each other, which has been a struggle long in the making. We jumped over to Jargo and Flid, who were on the ship and were trying to make their way over to his boys. We got to see Flid and his brother Ash kind of running around and coming into contact with a couple of other Republic soldiers who were taken in by Ash's rank, and also because of decorum, they helped out in trying to get them to where they were looking for. But to get Flid through any of the security protocols, they had to create a persona for him, and he was called Dr. Philatus Dill. But they also heard something about Project Icarus dawning, and what that might be, no one can say. But excuse me, they skirted the question and made their way forward. We jump back over to Haar and Edie. Haar being on the outside of the room where all the shards were, trying to open the door so they could help Edie, and managed to take a few shots with his slug thrower. We got to see the shardling in its core kind of fighting each other. We saw it lash out with the Force and destroy some of its own droids, trying to get to Edie in his hatred, and its hatred. In the room, a third hive cluster began to shift into the red spectrum, which started to worry Edie. Haar fired his slug thrower into the room, hoping to hit anything except his Jedi Master. And then we jump back over to Flid and his brother as they arrived at the project door. And between him and his brother, they ended up knocking out the two Republic guards that joined them, sucker punching them and knocking them straight out. And meanwhile, Edie's shardling turned its anger towards one of the cloned clusters, destroying it outright and forcing Edie to really think about the option of a calm surrender. But instead, I think Edie gave into its baser instincts and lashed out at P3, killing it outright. And that's when they saw that everything that was around them, including the ship that had brought them, started to fall apart with its death, which left him with the thought of, had this fight even been him at full strength, or had he been holding back just to hold everything in order? We hop back over to Flid, and he tried to break into whatever was behind the doors the guards left him at. And we learned that he is not the best at hacking. No. Ash did things his way, as he's always done, and just kind of shot the locking mechanism and managed to open it somewhat. Haar rushed into the clone room once Edie had taken out his shardling, his offspring, as it were. And Edie told the doctor to play some calming music and to meditate with the clusters that had shifted, as the color is an indication of their mood, not a hindrance or a taint or a what's it called? A deformity. We got to see that Edie himself was projecting a bit of a blue hue, to show the sadness of his mourning. But we found out that the doctors had considered the coloration an aberration of the cloning process and had destroyed a few other crystal colonies before they even arrived. Flid and his brother managed to get into the project room. They saw the two boys frozen like their mother in carbonite, and 3 large bacta cylinders, 2 of which were empty and only one that had a feminine form, alive and cognizant. As Edie was making its way towards their captain, there was a moment as a blaster shot decapitated the droid body, and they realized that they were fighting against Rames's sniper. They saw Osh push his brother out of the way of the blast as his right arm was completely severed by the second shot. And as they reunited, they saw Logan Wolf swoop down and wave at them. They saw the corners of where the boys were being held suddenly explode, and they fell into the ocean beneath. And then the ship started to climb up into the atmosphere with the sniper, leaving them to their own designs. Edie was given a memory that wasn't theirs. It seemed to have belonged to the feminine creature that was in the Bacta tank. And you could see her mouth the word help. They walked over as best as they could and started to break the Bacta tank open. But the feminine creature ducked down to stay in the liquid as best as possible. Flid rushed over to the new hole in the wall in the floor, and without a second thought, jumped into the water after his boys. We got to see Drox pulling up on the Winchester with Ruldu and Jargo descending on cables. Haar saw that the waters underneath them were turbulent and that the waves were easily about 20 to 30 feet tall beneath them. And we left off with them trying to figure out what to do next. And so this is where we find our miscreants, our troublemakers. Hello, boys.
What are we even doing at this point?
Yeah, for real.
Good question.
After hearing that recap, I'm like, okay.
We could just guys, we could go into Plan J.
Okay.
Jawa band.
Three boy Jawa band. We could just end this right here, and it's 3 Jawas trying to win the big band contest.
Ooh.
We never discussed this part, but I was meaning to ask if we were ever going to do a trench coat scenario, if I could be the middle one.
No, it's a trench coat Jawa band because it's a 1-person show contest.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So obviously that's the 3. Obviously,
you laugh, but I have ordered my copy of the Dune core rulebook. So if this game ends, just know that it will not be replaced by Star Wars. It will be a Dune RPG.
Let's do the 1 Jawa shot. The 1 Jawa shot. We've been talking about it for almost a full year now.
No.
Truly is still traumatized.
Yeah, 3 Moncals came into my game and fucked everything up for everybody else.
To this day, those
but 3 Jawas walk into a movie theater.
The second somebody
hilarity ensues.
The second somebody claims a race, that race is locked out. Nobody else can be that race.
Right,
because of 3 Moncals.
A Jawa, an Ewok, and a pit droid walk into a bar. They only have 1 ticket.
There's a reason why.
A Jawa, an Ewok, and their bastard child.
Reason why
we did learn that Jawas are furry.
Oh, we do?
Did we?
Oh, you haven't seen Boba Fett.
Spoilers.
Wait.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Sorry I spoiled that for you.
But we don't know how much.
Oh, we know how much.
That's an adventure to learn.
We're about to find out that Jawas only have furry penises.
Yeah.
Why is that your first go-to?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know.
Red Rockets?
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he knows, but we're just stalling.
Yeah, I know.
You said, I don't know why. You said Red Rockets. I was thinking of Red Robins, and I was going to say Yum.
Okay, that would have been weird.
No. I'm clarifying that I was just having a brain fart.
Sure.
Anyway, who's dying?
Listen,
all of us.
Well, nobody's gonna judge you if you're a furry on the inside.
I know we're all dying.
that
recap, I'm like, yeah, like this.
Flid is for sure dead on impact. I'm probably gonna waltz into the hole or get shot down by the Republic any second.
Wasn't I trying to scoop up Flid the last moment with my force powers?
Yeah, with your 1 die? with your one die.
Yes, that's true. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Flid is not from an aquatic race. We're like mole people
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your altar.
on a volcanic lava heated planet.
You got a mole guy, a robot, and a dude with wings. I don't see this working.
It's not really wings; they're just flaps.
Yeah, paraplegia.
Oh, great! Just use it's like
Even worse.
Yeah, it's like flying squirrels. It's like that extra
Yes.
skin.
like Lexington from Gargoyles.
Yeah,
none of
yeah,
us-
but less cool.
None of us can swim.
That's cool.
Pretty cool. I'm hip. I'm fly. I don't fly. I glide.
You
It
glide.
was a great.
Yeah,
series, by the way.
roll your altar. Yeah. There's a board game apparently.
Yeah.
I only want it for the miniatures so I can paint them.
Thinking about it, true.
Yes.
Oh,
But Edie is lost, really. All you have is this shared memory that's been given to you. Haar is standing at the edge of the hole, trying desperately with your meager abilities to pull Flid, and you just see him just break the surface water, and just immediately he disappears under the Black Sea. Jargo lands, Ruldu lands, and you see the cables that are attached to them drop with them. And you see the cargo bay entrance of the ship start to close. Edie and Haar hear over their Edie wouldn't because
Yeah, I ain't got no head.
yeah. The vibrations of the comm unit might make a muffled version though, so you could roll a perception to try and make out what's being said.
Yeah.
If you want to.
4.
Good. So you feel the comm vibrating. So you know that somebody's talking to you.
Okay.
Given that Jargo and Ruldu are... You don't even know that Jargo and Ruldu are there, so you don't know who's on the comm. This is the best thing that could have happened to you.
There is an enemy in the room, and I'm gonna cry. All I know.
Yeah. But Haar hears Drox's voice over the communication device. I don't know who can hear this, but if this doesn't work, tell my wife that I love her, and if my daughter and my sister ever come out of wherever they are, tell them that I miss them with all my heart, and that I wish I could have been better for them than I was. And you see, the second the communication ends, the tip of the nose of the Winchester just points straight down, and it shoots into the water.
Oh. Yeah,
He's gone.
This is
Been
like
too
the
long
last
of a
game.
day for this to actually happen right now. I'm gonna cry. What?
You can feel that the body of the droid is being manhandled. You can feel yourself being jostled. And after a moment, and Har sees that Jargo and Ruldu are trying to put the head back as best as possible. Your head is nowhere near good.
Who grabbed my head? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but given that
So
Ruldu
much going on.
knows nothing about technology, I rolled a 6 on the wild die, baby. That doesn't help.
Oh, yay! We exploded.
That doesn't help. He got a total of 8 off of 2 dice. But fucking Jargo rolled 2 6s and a 5, so that's 17.
Yes. I can see and talk.
Yep.
Okay. I can
Yeah,
fix.
yeah,
I can do
yeah.
the rest later.
Between the two of them, they managed to put all the wires in the right place and kind of hot wire your head. There's no cradle to speak of to hold your head in place, so it is wobbly at best, and it does require at least one of your hands to hold it in place. But you are back up and running. You can see that you have Har next to you, you have Jargo next to you, you have Ruldu next to you, and then there's this feminine creature that looks almost like a mixture between a Moncal, a Quarren, and the aquatic creature from that love story.
Yes. Is she in the data
Ship of
banks
Water.
or no?
In the ones that you've taken from Adeline?
No. I meant like here in Discord.
Oh no.
Okay. I want to just get my bearings. Hello. Where is Flid?
Unfortunate news on that front. He seems to be under the water.
The girl nods.
The girl nods.
Yeah.
How can I help you?
You see her start to mouth something, but the bubbles get in the way. And
Can I read lips? Can I do like a lip reading check?
there's a bit of static, and you see a communication device at the bottom of the back tank come to life.
Nice.
And you hear a translation of what she's saying. Your friends are in danger. You should
Yeah.
not be here.
Well, yes.
All my visions have shown me that you are the one sacrificed. Not the Moncal.
Yeah, Moncal.
You mean Celestin or Moncal?
No, Moncal.
Oh, what?
Oh, Moncal. What? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? What, Moncal?
She looks at you, and with this very furrowed brow, she goes, the Jedi that was going to train you.
He wasn't supposed to die?
Stop! Wait a minute. Did we just like go back to like the beginning?
Why is she referencing Bespin? That was 2 years ago in game time.
Yeah.
My bad for.
Yeah, she's like, everything that has happened to you has happened because of his death.
Oh, please don't tell me we're gonna bite Sedusto.
Hold on. The captain has a gun to my head. That's a different part of the
This is
Bespin.
Brandon's fault because he wanted to go visit him at like 3 in the morning.
Shut up. Master Jaft was killed. That's all I know. All right. The deceased Master Jaft died from. Actually, did I do any research? I probably would have if anyone asked me about his death. Did I figure anything out about it in the 2 years gap?
He died. That's all you know.
That's all I know. Nothing about that monster that came out of him.
The monster. There's been rumors of parasitic organisms that will explode out from a host. Nothing is described to the extent of what you saw that day on Bespin.
Okay.
Everything kind of takes its host shape at best or at worst. And this thing was just an amalgam.
Master Jaft died of a parasite.
She shakes her head.
What do you know that I do not?
Master Jaft was killed so that plans could proceed on Bespin.
Plans by who?
The man who is using Colonel Rames, Senator Rames.
The man who is using Rames. Of course, it's a big government conspiracy. Why wouldn't it be? Can we put a pin in this while I try to save my dying friend?
I have seen many visions. None of them end well for him.
Is he at least going to survive the fall?
She looks down and then slowly looks back up at you and shakes her head no.
Are you going to start rolling a new character? I'm going to pee my pants.
So wait, we're just standing here and we're just gonna accept the fact that Flid is gone.
No. Look, my padawan. Look out over the edge with me.
Okay, you're not gonna shove me in, are
Push
you?
him in.
Yeah, if not you, Rudu definitely would have showed them.
Yeah, I push him in. He can glide. Save him.
I can't. I hate the ocean.
Yep, and you see him pushes you into the hole. And Jargo just kind of steps up behind you. Yeah, you know how long I've been wanting to do that?
There's a rope hanging down on the hole, right?
Yes, there is.
How far does the rope reach down?
Maybe 20 meters.
How close is that to the water's edge?
It's another 20 meters to the water's edge.
I would like to grab onto the rope at the end of it.
Okay, that's
and
fine.
See just if I can feel anything that I can pull by sticking my hand out towards the water.
Sure. And
to yoink out and grab into my hand.
As you are standing over the edge and you see Haar grab the edge of the rope, Ruldu looks over. You have not pushed him hard enough. He is still alive.
I'm not trying to kill him.
Oh, should I not cut the rope then?
No, he is going to probably save Flid.
Then I'm going to kill you.
That is not how you should talk to your master, young Padawan.
Okay, so let me do a force. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what
shall
happens.
I killed one Sith user this arc. I'll kill another one. Let's go. And that was my son. You got nothing on me, Carlos.
All right, what does this do?
A 2, a 3, a 3. That's one less than Edie's 4.
What cool tricks can I do?
You stretch out your hand. You got one hand tied to the rope. The other hand stretches out towards the sea. And you can sense something. You can feel that something is out there in the water. And you feel like you've touched it. You've pulled on it through the force. And then everybody including you, sees what looks to be this maybe 3-meter tall shark fin just come up over the sea. And you can see this shape in the water.
I think I pulled the wrong thing.
I would like to do a sense roll for Flid, my best friend.
I don't know if Flid is your best friend, bro.
I mean, I didn't push Flid in the water.
Touche. You know what? That alone, I'll give you the best friend discount.
You think life for what I'm trying to do? You think it's going to be life detection or life sense?
If you're
They're the
trying,
same. It's the same die roll. I just want to
life
know.
detection is to sense life around you. Life sense is to zero in on somebody.
Okay.
So, life detection just tells you if there's living people around you. Life sense is the one that you want to do to try to.
Okay. I got a 13
Okay.
for Flid.
For
My best
Flid,
friend.
your best friend. Flid, are you his best friend?
Right now I'm currently trying to figure out what race is aquatic and also fly, because I want to get that covered just in case I'm falling.
You wanna
But
you wanna make sure your bases are covered.
yeah,
You could be a Jawa.
no man, they don't fly and they don't swim.
They are furry.
Strong, because I need to fend off against sharks that are like jaws in this game.
Okay, so life
Oh, we might
sense.
lose Flid, but we might get a new fun friend.
So life sense is very easy, which means
Very-
it's 1 to 5.
Eating.
It's modified by relationship. So plus
Best
2.
friends. We're best friends. We're best friends.
Plus
Sense
2.
for life.
Plus 2 means that you need at least 7. But
Okay.
it's also modified by proximity.
Okay. Is
They are best friends.
40 meters down plus another 10?
So,
So
not
50
in line of
meters?
sight, but up to 100 meters away.
But he is in line of heart.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, always.
Okay.
Forever.
It's a plus 5. That means you have to have at least a 12.
I got a 13.
You got a 13.
Honestly, Fliddy is my favorite ship from this campaign.
You think so?
Yeah, Fliddy fan art, send it my way.
Is that a thing that I don't know
Would it
about?
be, or would it be
I
Eid?
mean, hold on. Let me just type it in chat so that all our fans know.
Eided.
Wouldn't it be Fleety?
I like Bleedy.
Flidee,
Oh,
right?
Flitty.
Leedy.
No, I like.
Fliddy 57. Is that a good ship name?
My
Lid
favorite
5
is Har, because it's me laughing at the fact that nobody loves Har.
But
All right, Fleety it is.
but you reach out and you sense that there's a heartbeat.
Oh, he's live.
It's faint. You can sense that his lungs are burning. He's pushing himself. There is strain against the darkness, and the only thing on his mind are his boys. And as Flid is diving into this water, this black abyss beneath him, we see him hit the water hard. Roll a strength check for me
Oh boy.
so that we can see how much damage this has done to you.
Use all those character points you have.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna use character points because I rolled.
Oh no!
I rolled
5
like a 1.
with a 1 on the wild die.
Yeah. I'm gonna use 2 character points.
Okay.
Gosh. Hey, 11.
Okay. So you have no hesitation. The second you see the boys hit the water, you can see the ship in the distance coming towards you. You recognize the silhouette of the Winchester, and you jump. You jump. And you do your best to remember all the times that you've been in the swimming hole back on Sullust. You do your best to remember all the fun you had with your brother, with your family, with the boys growing up, and you take in a great big deep breath. And as one of the waves hits you and knocks you into the water beneath, the majority of your lungful of air escapes from just the gasp of the impact. But for a brief second, you can see the boys sinking beneath you. You push yourself, and you start to dive in after them. You don't know how long it's been. You are not making any leeway. They are slipping further and further into the darkness. Your lungs are on fire. The thought of you going back to your wife with the news of you having lost the boys when they're this close pushes you forward. And there is a moment where you are cold, you are freezing. There is no more air in your lungs to push further. Your heart is struggling to push the blood that it needs to keep you going. And as you are about to throw in the towel, everything around you becomes lit. There's this cone of light that shoots past you towards the boys, and you feel the water being displaced around you. You can feel something hard hit you and knock you off, and there goes that last bit of air. But it keeps going. It's going after the boys. And there's a moment where you're okay with this. If the boys can be saved, and all it costs is your life, it's a fair trade. There is no better trade, given everything that you've done, given everything that you've seen. You've had friends, you've had droids that have become family. You have lived a good life. And as this sliver of light starts to make its way open in front of you, you see the quickly filling hangar bay of the Winchester. And behind the viewplate on the door leading to the ship from the hangar, you see Adeline. And just and face up against the glass, this face of worry. And there's a moment where you see her turn to talk to somebody, and then you blink and there's nothing but darkness. You figure this is it. This is it. She'll take care of your children like she's taking care of your wife. And your eyes open, just kind of to give her one last thanks for everything she's done. But she's not at the viewplate. There's no one at the viewplate. The hangar is closing. The boys have been brought in. They are safe. Thoughts, Zach, they are being brought in to the cargo containment of the Winchester, the ship that you named after your closest friend. And for a moment, everything is right in the world. And then you feel this rush. The water is being pulled on either side of you. It looks like the ship is rearing up to try to fish you out. And then in the viewplate, you see her. And there is a tear on the left side of her face. And you can see that Adeline is helping her stand. But her hand comes up to the viewplate. And immediately you sense everything shift around you, and you are being pulled into the hangar bay like a fish on a line. And as the light of the hangar bay, the cargo containment unit, washes over you, the doors close, and the water starts to be expelled. And you take that first breath of actual air, recycled air nonetheless, but air. And the door opens and you see Adeline helping aim towards you. You're muted.
I just reach out with my hands and I try to make out the words, I love you. I look around, just focus all on her. I take a quick glimpse around to make sure the boys are there.
They're on their side, but they are there.
I just reach out and lean towards her so I can hold her.
Yeah. And she just collapses into your arms, and you see her pointing at her boys, and Adeline just kind of nods. By the way, ma'am. And you see her going through the process of pulling them out of the carbonite.
I just squeeze her, hold her, like just that feeling that feels so good to be alive and embraced by her warmth and knowing that I'm finally after everything, my family, I'm reunited with my family after so many years, and just knowing that they're right there in reach and safe.
Yeah. And
Tears come down
yeah, and
his face.
you see her mouthing something, but there's no vocal activity going on. And Adeline kind of looks over in your direction as the first of your boys starts to thaw out. I'm sorry, Captain, but the emergency procedure might have damaged some of their bodily structure, so they might need some time and some bacta fluid to heal. Seems your wife can't speak right now.
I just nod my head, and I hold on to her, and I start I guess we're on the floor, laying down, sitting down. I'm guessing we're not
Yeah.
standing up.
Yeah, no, you're on the floor.
And I'm not gonna stand up. I'm tired. She's tired. Well, I'm gonna make my way, crawling little by little with her, grabbing her, holding her, and make my way towards my boy so I can hug all three of them
Yeah.
with my tiny arms and tiny Celestine arms and hands. Everything.
Everyone else sees the Winchester just float up to the surface, and it sits there hovering over the water's edge. It tilts to and fro with every wave that comes, but it's stationary. It's got its repulsor lift ups, its repulsor lift engines on full blast, and it is just hovering underneath you, underneath the hull.
Job, Har. Look what you did. You are muted, Har.
You're saying I did what?
You pulled the ship out of the water.
Yes? Is that what I did?
Absolutely.
And here I thought I was just fishing garbage.
No,
Does this thing float?
the ship is now floating, yes.
Okay, so I could. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Ruldu starts
starting
to
to
make
get a
his
headache doing this, I think.
Ruldu starts to make his way down the rope. All right,
Pull
it's
me
time
up.
to go.
Wait.
No, he's climbing
Okay.
down.
It's right below me, yes?
Yeah.
If I jump down to it, will the winds affect me very much?
Not really. You can make
In
your way
that
down
case,
to
I
it.
would like to glide down to the top of the ship
Sure.
and just hug the ground of the top of the ship.
Yeah. And
So happy right now.
Ruldu climbs down and just drops the last 5 meters. And Jargo looks over at you, Edie. You gonna be all right?
I need to finish a conversation.
All right.
Yes.
And he starts to climb down.
I'm gonna walk over to my new friend.
Sure.
Edie, are you not coming in?
Do you need to stay here?
She looks at you somberly. She mouths something, and the translator says, "If I remain, I will be put to death. I am considered a failed project."
We have room on the Zot, Zek.
Do you have a Bacta fluid tank for me?
Is everyone alive on the Zot, Zek? Over comms.
Yeah.
Edie, does my comm still work? It should
Yeah.
work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're waterproof.
Edie,
No. Are we gonna head out of here soon? I don't feel much safer where we are.
Yeah. Ruldu's already
Good.
opened the hatch.
get everybody on the ship. My brother too.
Do we have a Bacta tank on board?
Bring everybody. Edie, everybody.
That's not answering the question.
You know you don't.
I had to double check.
Yep.
So it's still me and hold on, Osh up here, right?
Yep.
Or
Ash is unconscious.
we do not have a Bacta tank.
She turns to look at the other two that are there.
But we can take one. Or two, preferably two.
You hear Ruldu over the comms. Mr. Droid, if you could get down here and open the cockpit door, that would be nice.
Could you need to come up to me? I have Osh, and we're stealing 2 Bacta tanks.
I'm gonna send Jargo because he does well with those ugly peoples.
Over.
But you hear before the comments, like you can hear him banging on the cockpit door.
I'll just open it from here, I guess. If he really wants to be inside that,
Beep, beep.
that badly. Yeah.
Okay. Have you make a roll.
Come on, car keys.
Is a 25 good enough?
25 is good enough. And you reach out, you sense where the door is, and you realize that it is locked for a reason. It's keeping all of the water inside the cockpit from spilling into the ship.
What?
No, you didn't.
Do you still want to open the door?
I leave it locked. I'm
I thought that was drained out.
no. Can I access the ship controls from here?
25 is good enough.
You gotta give me a second. Hold on.
Yeah. It's the poetics.
I lift the. I slowly bring the ship up until it's at a safe level
Yeah.
with the gap in the bridge.
Okay. It is. You can safely hop down from the hull onto the roof of the ship if you want to.
I would like to. Do I know how exactly do the tanks work? Can we like transport one onto the ship, or is this like a whole rig that we don't have the capacity for?
You would have to figure out how to power it once it's on the ship, because right now it's being powered by the city. But yeah, you could easily put it on the ship.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna take two. Is the ship now hovering? So the view the fish in the bucket moment from the last episode.
Mhm.
That bridge it's shattered, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So can I get the ship in the docking in the cargo bay there?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, that's what I would like
Okay.
to do. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah.
Just so we can now come in and out.
Yeah. Between all of you, you
I thought it
can
was-
you can bring in the 2 Bacta tanks. You can even bring them in with the girl in one of them.
Yes, that's what I would like to do, and then transport.
She does mention to bring she kind of points at the translator. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help with that.
I'll help.
Okay.
And then as soon as we get them power, I'm not dealing with the Drox situation yet. I don't want to live in that moment yet.
Okay.
I don't even think. I'm guessing Flid hasn't figured that out yet.
No, he's in the cargo bay.
Okay.
I'm in family mode right
So
now.
am I the only one who's realized this?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm actually gonna start. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not breaking the news yet.
Okay.
Let's.
Something wrong, Edie?
How are you gonna know? I don't have emotion.
Oh, God.
When I talk, it's a modulated voice.
You're right.
I'm just gonna begin setting up both Bacta tanks and helping transport whichever person Flid wants into the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll use with Jargo, myself, and Ruldu. I'm sure we can get it all set up.
Yeah. And even when she sees that you're trying to move the Bacta tanks, like both the girl that you are saving and aim, you can feel them. Both you and Har can feel them pulling on the force, and you see that they help to lighten the load. So it's not too difficult
Cool.
to pull them onto the ship.
All right. Does she have a name?
She says, I have only been referred to by either my project number or one of the doctors called me Thea.
Would you like to stay, Pathea?
Anywhere else is better than here.
I meant like, do you want to stay that
Yeah.
name?
Oh.
You want to keep that title?
Yeah.
She shrugs. It does not bother me.
If you think of anything, let us know.
Oh, swag.
Pathea.
Nice.
I Flid. I
Is this on the comms or?
No, he's
no,
there.
I'm looking at you in your face. I have some bad news, Flid.
What do you mean? We got everybody here on the ship. Look, my family. Finally, my was hurt, but we're together, all of us. And I put my hand on your shoulder. Did it?
We
Did
have lost one to save 3, Flid.
Who?
Drox died on impact with the water, Flid. The whole cockpit is flooded with water.
Eating.
I had to lift the ship remotely. He is still inside. And we cannot go into orbit until we drain and fix it. Lid, we may have to abandon his body because we are on a water world.
You don't think there's a way that we can give a
Not,
proper send off?
not drugs. Not drugs. I use Edie as a as a crutch to lift myself up.
Mhm.
I start making my way towards the cockpit.
We keep the door forcibly locked remotely.
Yeah. You can see Ruldu just sitting outside, just knocking. It's okay, you can open the door, Drox. We got everybody. Let's go. It's go time.
Like,
Who should?
my. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I could tell him. He already hates me enough.
He hates everybody.
Hey, bud. Drux is great, right?
He just stares at you.
I mean, there's no better way to go out than helping people, isn't there?
Continues to stare at you.
I can't say anymore.
Will do. Or to the hangar bay.
Gives a
Rocks.
big sigh. He's like, all right. I guess I'd go do something else then.
And I grab him by the shoulder before he leaves. I want to say what you need to say. Drox. He won't be opening the cock doors.
You see he stops and he goes back to the door. And he puts the top of his head against the door. I don't know why you won't open the door, Drux, but just want to say I appreciate everything you have taught me, and I was looking forward to our pilot time. So when you want to open the door and let me in, that'd be nice. Okay, bye. And turns back to look at you. He's like, I guess I'll go and do something productive.
Thank you, Rhoda. Thank you, Haar.
I do not know how we can drain it and leave him in there.
We shatter glass?
It is
There,
shattered.
there are vents in the cockpit.
There are?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to open the vents.
Are you sure, Edie? Are you sure?
I will begin draining it now.
It's Drox. Maybe he survived. Are you sure he's gone? Can you back into the floors
I'll check.
and see both of you?
Yes,
to
Captain.
What to do?
Very good at that yet. I trust Edie with a lot better.
I open the cradle and have Haar touch my crystal.
Oh,
Oh?
I want to guide him through this.
okay. Now you're
That
best.
was when you want to be an actual teacher.
Now you're both best friends. That's how you be
You
best
can
friends.
literally fuck off.
Hey, what do you mean? They're just they're now best friends?
We are acquaintances. I am doing what any good teacher will do. You can ask my student in chat right now.
Okay.
I graciously accept this offer.
Carlos, you need to understand that I would push Gavin into a hole 60 meters above water if it was to teach him something.
Is Gavin watching?
Yeah, Gavin is in chat.
Yeah, he has corroborated the story.
Oh God. Fourth wall.
I will hone in on the crystal and see if I can feel anything.
I'm gonna add a character point to this.
Okay.
So would this be can I do a sense roll?
It would just be a roll of how many character points you want to spend on this.
I will add another character point to this.
You don't think 12 is good enough?
No, but it's now 12 plus 13.
25.
Should I jump in on that?
If you want to.
I am fully trying to teach you how to use sense. This feels
In
like a
that
very
case,
good moment.
I am willing to learn. I will use a character point.
Okay.
So do I do character point roll?
Yeah, just put character point roll. It'll ask you how many you want to spend. Put 1. And then I think
Let's see
enter.
Okay. I did 1.
Mhm.
Did I do it right?
Nothing has rolled.
It shows here that I got a 6 plus 6 plus 1. Or was that... Oh, that wasn't mine. Okay, now
Yeah.
I see it. There we go.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't mean to use... Is that how many I used?
no.
Oh, no.
You used
No, I used
one.
1.
Yeah.
One
and it
dice
exploded.
exploded twice.
Okay.
Okay. 17. Yeah, you sense each other pulling on the force. Edie has done this before. For Haar, it is new to reach out and just kind of try to hone in on a person's very essence, like whether or not they're breathing or whether or not they're on the other side of the door like you believe them to be. And as you reach out, both of you can sense the outline of the body. Both of you can sense the slumped over form of Drox sitting just maybe less than 2 meters away from you. But it is Edie that senses that he pushed himself as far as he could. There's lingering thoughts. All of them are of Aquila. And even though the impact cracked the windshield and started letting water in, he never wavered. He wanted to make sure that this crew was whole again, that Flid's family would be whole again, and his whole drive was getting the kids back, no matter the cost. You could see that he thought about stopping to pick up Flid, and he made the decision to just go after the kids first. And on his way back up, the last of the water finally pulled him. And because of his infirmity, because of his handicap, he was not able to sustain himself on the air pocket above him. And the last image is him holding his wife on the farm in Beyond 6 and watching all of you come into his life. And how happy he was that Aquila was finally going to get the training she deserved. And then there's darkness. But that driving push to make sure that reunited family happened. Never left. Never left him. Even at the cost of losing his own. All he heard in his mind was Flid's voice saying, "We're a crew. And that means that no one gets left behind."
Your head on
Oh.
Flit's shoulder.
I would like to release my hand from Edie, Crystal. I will say one thing. I'm very happy he's still there. There's nothing sadder than having nothing to let go.
I'm so sorry, Flid. But he is gone. And his final moments were making sure that our crew was whole. And he was so happy that
Very.
he met us. And he was so grateful to have you as a captain, Flid. Do you know where his wife is?
Just hug Edie. Hug Har. I can't even make out any words right now.
The water is finally drained of the cockpit. The safety lock unlatches, and the door slides open. There are just 2 or 3 cracks in the windshield, but you can see that Drox has sat there in the center of the console, tied himself in his wheelchair to it, and he's just slumped over.
Go up to Drox. Grab his arm, his hand, and kneel before him. Your sister, be proud of you. Your wife, be proud of you. Keela is lucky to have you as a father. She will be proud of her dad.
We will find them, Drox.
Go find Akila. Go find your sister.
And we will bring them home.
Your family is my family. Because of you, I have my family again. You, Drox. And forever in debt. You and your family. I will let my family. What an honorable person you were. I'm so glad you served. You were part of the Winchester family. You, Drox. And I just.
Well, crew. What's our next stop? We're not just gonna sit around here and let his gift be in vain, now, are we?
We have spice to sell.
We
Woo!
get
That's
to be
right.
criminals.
Great.
I don't remember breaking the news to you about the spice yet.
No, I'm sure we did.
Yeah.
Surely.
If it wasn't us, it was for sure Drox who told you.
I think so, or Jargo told me, or so. I think it was briefly mentioned, but I wasn't paying mind because all I was thinking about was just
The boys.
the
The
boys.
boys.
I mean, I even screamed at my brother for trying to help. Come on.
Can we? What is it going to take to repair the windshield?
Maybe a day's worth of work.
And do any of us know where Drox's wife lives?
Coruscant.
She's on Coruscant.
Yeah.
It's like the worst place for us to go right now.
But it's so convenient.
We do have to drop off spice, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this guy's wife is the same place where we're delivering the package, isn't it?
And if you remember, Har, it's where we ran away from the Jedi Council.
Right. But we're not
Because
going to be landing in the same spot now, are we?
no, but this ship definitely has a code on it.
Hmm. Fair point. They wouldn't be happy to see us again, would they?
No,
Especially not when we're smuggling, would they?
never.
Hmm.
Honestly, I'll get arrested to make sure that Drux gets his final arresting with his wife.
How
For you and
difficult.
for Rob, I immediately took a picture of you guys crying and sent it to Jeff. No, like Brandon was blubbering, bro. You missed it. And he's like, also Brandon was just being Brandon.
Fuck you, Jeff. Motherfucker can't swim.
You don't know that.
Edie, you mentioned that they know this ship. How hard would it be for us to just get, I don't know, borrow some other ship just for a small transport job? And I'm not saying that we're criminals, but we have a person's home to visit, and I am not one to let someone's gift go to waste.
I mean, do you want to steal a ship here on Camino?
No such thing as stealing if you're going to give it back eventually, probably.
I mean, if we can get a Republic ship, I'm a Republic officer.
Oh,
Technically.
so then we already filled the part.
That was Osh.
How safe do we feel exploring this place a little bit more to see if they have any loose rides?
Terribly. We're actively stealing 3 people right now. Stealing,
Well-
saving, mixed lines when you're in the Republic.
Yep.
See, and how much more mad are they going to be if
Hold
we
on,
start taking shit?
Edie hasn't said anything. This is out of character as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
What we need like an actual plan right now because
This is my actual plan.
you dead ass want to steal a Republic ship because here's the thing, we gotta navigate the space that we're in. We gotta because we're what is it called? We're in the
Oh, you're right. We can't exactly leave everything
the
here.
Rishi Maze. Hold on. No, the Rishi Maze. That's a problem. The second problem is both vehicles need to know all the locations of the Pike Syndicate. Because if not, we're gonna get freaking janked again. We're gonna have to land one of the ships on Coruscant. And it sounds like it's going to be a 4-man job, or a 3-man job. You, me, Ike, and then the dead body of Drox.
But a Republic ship has to be better than what we're piloting right now. We're a moving target. A Republic ship might be able to slip in a little bit easier, no?
Better than the Winchester.
Yeah, nothing's better than the Winchester. If anything, I can just scramble our chain codes.
Oh, you can do that.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, I just realized that right now. Yeah, I can just scramble.
Oh, then why are we worried?
Scramble the codes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Coruscant it is.
Can we say we're a Republic ship?
I mean, as long as you don't say I'm Padawan of Jedi Master Edie, Jedi Knight Edie, we're fine.
Zip lips sealed. I have a cool teacher, but I'm not going to tell anyone.
That's a good. With the 2 Bacta tanks, how much space do we now have?
If you're gonna keep them in the cargo hold,
is there a more efficient spot to put them in?
I mean,
we would have planned that out when installing them.
I mean, what was Dr. Shakti's room would probably be.
They don't need it.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, is our ship big enough to have like a mini little hover ship or something inside?
You could have a little sled, a little repulsor lift sled, but you would have had to buy one.
Okay. I'm just trying to get an idea.
I'm assuming that Ash is the first one in the back tank.
Yeah, we have him and
the girl.
The
Panthea.
Pathea.
Panthea or Pathea?
Pathea.
Pathea. Let me put in my notes that Drox died saving my family.
It only took us a year to save him.
Pathea?
Pathea.
Great.
You know, we lost 1 but gained 3.
That's profit.
So pretty much we have turned Dr. Shakti's room into an infirmary.
Yeah.
A Bacta tank room.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Half infirmary, half Pathea's room.
That's true.
Yeah. She likes the place. This is a great ship.
So I guess we have to get the ship up and running. And
so, do we have any more grudges with this place, or are we free to get out of here with our tails between our backs?
If it was up to me, we'd blow up all of Camino, but that's a spoiler for a different show.
Wow.
Yep.
80.
Let's just fix the ship.
Let's get to fix them.
You know, a lot of things wouldn't happen in the possible future.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? Fuck the cannon. Let's blow up Camino. Let's just stop the Clone Wars from possibly happening.
I mean, things we to stop.
All right, hold on. Hold on.
But
We
Boba
blow
Fett-
up. We blow up Camino. Boba never happens.
Nope.
Yep.
Neither does the Clone Wars, the Stormtroopers.
Clone Wars don't happen. Well, let's see. What were direct causes of the Clone Wars?
The Bad Batch.
Palpatine never rises to power.
Yes.
That's not wholly dependent on Camino.
Well, what, didn't all the clones come from Camino?
Yeah, but he was always playing both sides. He was going to come to power no matter what.
Yeah.
The Clone Wars was just the linchpin for a moment.
Would it be less backstabby?
We can't blow up a planet. We're not that dark.
Something like that.
We're
No.
not that. Yeah. It's
Not
not
yet.
enough. We
Sure.
have
Haar
bad-
needs to be bullied at least another 10 times before he does it.
I don't know if we have spice and my children are in this shit, but yeah.
Yeah, how are you going to explain that to your family that you're a spice runner now?
No, I'm not a spice runner because I was passed out when all this happened.
In the manda, man.
Vice Runner contemplating blowing up a planet? I mean, come on, man.
I will say it is my fault. It is my manda. I'm fixing the windshield.
Okay.
Coruscant.
All right. So are you just gonna try to fix a windshield while in air, or are you gonna try to land somewhere?
Oh, let's land on a dock. Where we? Oh shit!
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
we have to fix this ship.
I mean, I'm all for doing it while in air to avoid.
We fix this thing in the air?
To avoid communicating with Kaminoans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much land somewhere, I'm guessing.
Where is there to land in Camino?
To Camino, they say.
My boys are on Camino. Let me save my boys. I want my family to be whole again.
Yeah, right.
What could possibly go wrong?
I can tell you what can go wrong.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm starting to pick the pieces together that there are many things that can go wrong.
I guess in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
All hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
Okay. So you start to get out there, find as best a place as you can to kind of hunker down and follow the storm so you're not in it the whole time. And after a good 14 hours of just work and trying to seal and reseal and make sure that everything stays copacetic, you finally get the windshield to such a point that you surmise that it could sustain. It could be safely used for space travel. Like, you've tested the vacuum capability of the room, you've closed the doors, you've vented out all the air, things like that, just to check. And you take off. You break the atmosphere. Where are you going?
Coruscant, I guess.
Yep.
Next stop,
Coruscant.
What'd you do with Drox?
croissant.
Drox is in my room. Actually, no, my family's in my room.
Yeah.
Drox was in Shakti's room, but Shakti's not being occupied.
Silas's room? Or did that become someone else's room?
Nobody was in Silas's room. That was untouched. The guy rolled to try to take it, and I stopped him.
I put him in Silas's room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silas would want that too.
Yeah, you come into Silas's room and you see Barnaby kind of look over at you, and as you wheel Drox in, he walks over to him, and you see him kind of pulling on his leg and puts his arms up to be lifted.
Lift him?
And he just kind of, okay. Do you put him on Drox?
Yeah.
Okay. And you see that he He looks up at his face, and his little hands come up, and they touch his face. And then it turns its head towards you, like it's asking what's wrong with him.
Drox died saving Flid's family. Barnaby.
He looks down, sad. Climbs down off of him.
Can you watch over him till we get to Coruscant, please?
He nods.
Thank you, friend.
You just see him sit, like he plops down onto his butt in front of him. But his hands are just at his side. And he kind of just has his head hung low.
Sometimes you don't want to imagine a depressed pit droid, but then you remember how much Barnaby's actually been through
Yep.
and how much he's lost.
Yep.
It's like that pit droid has depression.
Easily.
I feel so bad.
Sad boo.
Is there a data pad for where the spice has to get dropped off for the syndicate?
No?
They didn't tell us anything about where it has to go.
Get it to Coruscant.
That all right.
Way to go. Spice
Awesome.
amateurs.
It's gonna find its way into a trash can on Coruscant.
I feel like Jargo will be able to help us when we get there. He seemed familiar with it.
I'm gonna go meditate until we get to Coruscant.
Okay. So you
I
travel.
still don't see all the hubba with this meditate business, but Edie might be on the right idea.
You traverse the maze, you come back into mapped space, and once you find a buoy, you use it to create a coordinate link to Coruscant, and you jump into hyperspace. It's going to take 3 weeks to get to Coruscant. So in that time, AIM, Osh is pulled out of the bacta tank once his wound heals over. AIM is put in afterwards. The kids are still disoriented as well. It takes a day for AIM to kind of come out and have use of her vocal cords. The kids are put in one at a time, and it takes them a couple days each to get untraumatized. Excuse me. But you drop out of hyperspace a few weeks later, outside of the Coruscant system, and immediately you're hailed.
I don't get by who?
There is no tag attached to the hail, but it is a ship that is not too far away, and on the radar, it looks to be crescent shaped, like a crescent moon shape.
Hello?
Is this the Winchester?
Who's asking?
I happen to work for mutual friends of ours.
Are you picking up what we have brought?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Meet me at these coordinates. We'll be in the shadow of a moon. We should be safe from Republic eyes, and I look forward to meeting you. And you see the ship micro jump.
Captain.
Have an address.
Captain.
Yes.
We're Remember that package that I told you not to really worry about?
Time to worry about it.
Yes, Edie.
It's time to drop it off.
What you gotta do, Edie?
We're going to go to the shadow of a moon.
The quicker the better.
Okay.
Remember, we have to do this.
Look, I did everything I can to save your son other than die.
Um,
Yeah, Drox did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend time with my family, but at the same time, I wanna.
You don't want to be involved in the drop off?
I don't know. I'm gonna be with my family and Barnaby, and I'm gonna see and talk to Barnaby. See if Barnaby has any recordings, anything Drox in it.
He would have picked up the goodbye
Yeah.
because that was over comms.
Like the highlight reels of him. I wanted to put it together, so by the time we see his wife, we can give something to her.
Okay.
I just want to make sure for the audience, for those at home, just so we can all get this straight.
Yeah.
Flid is making a memoriam loving video reel.
Yep.
Edie and Haar are doing a drug deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's how it is.
Yep.
Guess which one's the guess which one's the Jedi?
Can we run that by again?
Yeah.
It's a field trip.
So
Teacher and student go on a drug run.
God.
So as you're sitting there in the room with Barnaby trying to figure out what videos to keep and what videos to remove from what to show his wife, you feel the ship just rock slightly as the Crescent has docked, hangar to hangar, cargo to cargo bay, and you see there's this huge Wookiee, mostly black with these white stripes, and just this gray mohawk that comes up and around into a braid in the front, and then a couple of Gamorreans, and there's this small creature that looks like an owl. Like, if you remember the Mighty Max cartoon, it looks like Virgil, but thinner.
Okay.
And he comes in. Where is the shipment that I am sent to procure?
I'm gonna force over the duffel bag.
All right, the duffel bags.
Yes, all of them. We're gonna just force them over.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have my lightsaber. I'm gonna have my hand ready at the secret pocket.
Yeah.
Me on my slug.
Yeah, you see that he looks over each of the bags and makes sure that all of the data is correct. Are you hiding anything from him? Are you trying to...
No, I don't want this.
Okay.
We're gonna make this nice and easy.
I did what I had to do to make sure that this family could be reunited.
Okay. Okay. So he looks over it, checks it twice, checks it off in the thing, and then he whistles and the Wookiee kind of comes over and drops a backpack, and the owl motions and they pull everything onto their ship.
What is the backpack?
I'll take the bag.
Oh, don't touch the bag!
What do you mean don't touch the bag? This is our payment.
Yeah. What's in the bag?
That's the agreed upon terms.
For who?
That's for you.
For me, or for the Pikes?
For the ship. Services rendered.
Okay.
Edie, how sure are you guys that he's...
My name is 57.
Yeah, and the owl kind of nods and looks over at you. He's like, "You're the Jedi Knight, Edie.
God damn it!
I heard
How can I help?
rumors."
I
Drug deal gone wrong.
How can I help you?
No, just it's interesting to know who our contact in Coruscant is. I've always wondered.
sorry, a Jedi who?
I'm going to be honest. We are not staying in Coruscant for long.
That's fine. The syndicate has agents everywhere. I'm sure
Beautiful.
you'll be of use again to us.
I have no doubt.
And he bows respectfully, Master Jedi. I look forward to our next meeting. And he hops back
Goodbye.
over to his ship. They close the cargo bay doors. You close your cargo bay doors. They uncouple, and you feel them. The ship jostles as they disconnect, and you can hear them micro jump outside.
How much money's in the bag?
There is about 3 different credit tubes. Each of them is valued at about 10,000.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys.
Yes.
I think we should sell drugs more often.
I mean, about half of that's going to go to getting a new windshield.
I don't think we can keep this.
We
They
did.
said they had an agreed term.
He did a drug deal and got 30K credits.
I have an idea.
If your idea is that half of these credits go to Drox's wife, I agree.
It's getting there. And what's wrong with knocking down a bit of a syndicate?
What on earth are you talking about?
Well, they said this was an agreed upon deal with people that they trust, isn't it?
Yes.
And we don't like these people who are the trustworthy ones. So what if we say they just didn't want to give the full payment and we make them infight? And then we just keep whatever is missing.
What? This 30,000 is for us.
Yes,
Yes.
but they expect payment back for the delivery.
No.
Oh, they just wanted us to do delivery.
Yes.
Oh, here I thought we were gonna have to give this money back. If it's ours, then what's the problem?
There
I
is
thought our
none.
heads were on a pike.
Oh, ho, ho, ho,
Ha
ho.
ha 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 ha.
Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, so we can give this money without having to worry about our lives being ripped away from us if we don't give it back. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
We're going to dock now.
Also, sorry about the name thing. I didn't think they know your name.
Yeah.
And you never tell me to call you 57.
I told you to not say my name, period.
You told me not to mention that you're my teacher.
Heinz 57.
We're gonna let's just do the hardest part of this whole mission, and it's dock on Coruscant.
Yeah. You have jostled your numbers, you have played around with them.
I'm doing it. Let's go. I'll roll the dice. Let's do it.
See what happens.
How's a 28?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay. It's 69 repeating.
Okay, so you come into Coruscant. Is there anyone in particular you would like to dock?
Have the closest sector near to Drox's home.
That would be near the Jedi Temple. So you'd be in iffy territory.
What would be one sector out?
Trade District.
Okay. I think Trade District would do us good.
Okay. So you get clearance. You come in. Excuse me. And you land, and you've got all of Coruscant in front of you. You're in one of the upper levels. You've got cars zooming by above you. You've got ships coming and going, especially here. Like, even though you're on the outskirts nearest to the Jedi Temple zone, there's still a hustle and bustle.
Flid.
CD.
Should it just be you and I and Barnaby? I do not want to overwhelm her.
Yeah.
I wasn't that close with the guy. I could stay here, keep an eye on things.
You are.
Thank you, Har.
I ruined enough good moments. You guys need to take care of this.
The
Just send my best regards.
people in charge of the starport also ask if you'd like to have your windshield repaired and replaced.
How much is it going to run us?
Are you going to use your Jedi title?
I don't really want to raise any awareness that we're here
Okay.
because we
Might
left so
be a
on bad
little late
terms.
for that.
How much is it?
It's going to be 18.
How much? All right, hold on. How much is it if Flid asks?
18.
18?
Could I bargain?
You could try, but what do you know about windshields?
I wanna
Nothing. Not a good idea.
I wanna use my value to see if that's a good price.
Okay.
15.
15. It's a little pricey, but they are selling you Coruscant transparent steel. So it has a good longevity to it.
They said 15,
18.
18. Is that the best price you can do?
Oh, for non-republic, yeah. I mean, it's the first time we've worked on your ship, so we don't know any of the ins and outs. Just to cover our losses, if anything.
I would like. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Is that the best price you can do?
Ooh. You summer mum bitch.
Jedi mind tricks.
The Jedi mind trick.
I don't
I mean,
even
aren't
know.
they all too familiar?
I don't even know what the exact thing for that is. Is it control?
It's control, sense, and alter, sir.
Okay.
So,
Control.
are you using it all in this? If you're using it all in the same round, remember you got to take a die away from sense and then 2 dice away from alter.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. Do you want me to roll again then? Okay. So control, and then a die less on sense, and then 2 dice less on alter.
Yep.
Okay. 6, 18, 11.
Okay. So control difficulty is very easy for perceptions, easy for memories, moderate for conclusions, modified by proximity.
I'm right in front of him.
Right. So you would need to get at least a 12 for control.
Oh. That did not happen.
Do you want to use character points?
Yes.
Of course, always. So
Your sense is an opposed roll.
all right. So that's a 16 for control.
Okay. I rolled a 15 on my perception. You rolled an 18 on your sense. You beat him there.
Okay.
And then alter is very easy for slight momentary misperceptions, minor changes to distant memories, or if the character doesn't care one way or the other. Easy for brief visible phenomenon, for memories less than a year old. Moderate for short hallucinations or memories less than a day old, or if the target has strict orders about the conclusion. Yeah. So he sees you wave your hand about, and he kind of cocks his head at you. Oh, is that one of those? I have something better I can offer. I could probably bring it in for 16.
16 will be fine.
Bet.
How much credits do I have?
I'm doing math right now.
30,000.
No. But I want to see how much. I got 95 credits.
So now you have 14,095 credits.
Because I was thinking I would like to give his wife the whole 30,000. I mean, this man, her husband, really did save not just our life, all our lives.
On multiple occasions, mind you.
Yeah, exactly. And her daughter's out there missing with sister-in-law. Yeah.
What can 14,000 credits get someone?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
Like an equivalent to me tipping 1 gold in D&D.
Oh.
What would that be? Just so I get an estimate of like how much money we're actually talking about here.
It would be like if you gave somebody 62,000 gold in D&D.
Okay.
I think we can pay for our windshield and give her 14K. And then just start like sending her money regularly.
How many credits do you have?
I personally,
without the
yeah,
30,000.
I have 100 credits on me right now.
I have 95.
Okay.
All right.
500.
Haar, how many credits you got?
500.
How many?
500.
How do you have 500 credits?
I keep my pockets lined. I wasn't going to leave my planet empty-handed. I had places to see.
What do we not know about you?
Apparently,
So much.
Nobody asks me questions. Everyone just says I'm annoying and then ignores me.
500 credits on you.
Wow.
Because nobody asked.
But we're not taking.
We haven't exactly gone on a shopping
What
spree.
credits?
We're not taking.
I'm not
Har's
sharing.
credits. We're not taking Har's credits. This is. All right. So.
They're hard earned.
I hate you so much.
We'll use the 30,000 we got. We'll use to pay the one shield and give her the rest.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll send her on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
I mean, not even. She's gonna be good with a 14,000 for.
She'll be fine. Well, in like a year, we'll re-up her. Yeah, she'll be fine. All right.
So you make your way. You give the money over. The guy gives you the contract. You make your way over to where the families of Jedi students live, and you start asking around, and you find out where she lives, but you notice that the house is empty. Looks like it's been empty
Yeah.
for a while.
Excuse me? Is there I'm upset. I'm mad. Is there a data pad? Anything? Like a
I
note? Is there is there a goodbye note?
No,
look
I'm
around.
just sitting in the
Nothing.
ships.
Yeah, I'm looking around.
yeah.
Use a
Use
search.
yeah, search.
11 on perception.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
The same as my search. It's
One of the wild
it's
die. Yeah.
I'm gonna use 2 character points though.
I have Barnaby start looking around too.
Yeah. He'll look around.
Whoa.
Okay. You guys look around, and you notice that it looks like everything was just left. Like he picked up her stuff and left one day, because clothes are still in the drawers. There's what looks to be something that was laid out to be made for dinner, but has since wilted away and kind of gone bad. There's food in the fridge that's gone bad. There's a bag of laundry that's set to be made. It just looks like she just got up and left, or was
Or-
taken by surprise.
This doesn't look good. ED.
Why?
This does not look good.
I'm gonna go knock on the neighbor's door.
You see a Syrian male open the door. Yeah. How can I help you?
Hello. I am wondering if you know the whereabouts of Dana Shakti.
Oh, no, not since she left.
When did she leave?
Maybe a month ago.
Do you know where? Or who with?
There were nobody, honestly. He just picked up and left one day. Said something about going to Zelos.
To where?
Zelos.
Okay. Do you know why?
Said something about being with family.
Understood. I will let my master know.
He closes the door.
Flid,
Anything
she left to Zelos.
Zelos, does that ring a bell? Is that the planet
That's
that
their planet.
Dr. Shock?
That's their home.
Yep.
Are we off to Zelos?
Oh, you know it. I guess after Zelos we go.
Well, then hold on. Flid, I want to do something before we leave. But be ready to move.
You mean all of us ready to move now?
I'm going to send an encrypted message to Jedi Master Doman Crow.
I think that would be wise.
He was the one who gave us information on your wife.
He's in custody though right now. Already under surveillance. Watchful eye. Took a big risk coming to Coruscant. And also with what just transpired moments ago before we arrived on Coruscant on the moon.
Then let's get to Zelos.
Say
Yeah, but I-
before we hit before we hit orbit, send the encrypted message.
Understood.
Then by the time they figure anything out, we'll be gone, out of range for them.
I wanna double check any nightstands for a journal just so we can get an idea on a family name and stuff.
Okay. Make another investigation roll.
I want to look around and see if I see anything worth taking that would be that I feel like she would want, or Drox would have wanted her to have. Anything?
There is a small doll of yarn that you know was Akila's that Drox had made for her on the ship at some point.
I'll bring that.
Yeah.
We'll also look to see if there's any food or anything like that we can take on the ship that hasn't spoiled.
No, none of the food is safe to eat. 10. You do find wedged behind the bed what looks to be a small personal data pad. Looks to have like journal entries. It has a collection of pictures of her and Drox, her and Aquila, the whole family together. And then it has one picture of all of you on Beyond Till 6, like with Jix and Illic, everybody. And it has one last entry that is dated about 3 weeks ago. And it just says, I have to go home. She came to me in a dream. She told me to meet her and her dad back on the plains of Zelos II. I have to go back. I have to go back. I hope I'm not crazy.
Came to me in a dream. Flid.
Yeah. Yes, Edie.
Aquila might be dead.
Don't tell me that.
Let's get to Zelos II and find out.
Let's go. Or
Start walking back.
Okay.
as we start walking back, I want to radio ship Haar. Rodu, the ship ready.
Rudu chimes in. We are still waiting for the windshield to be done. It's gonna be a couple hours.
Shouldn't be too long. Why? What's up?
Speed it up.
Offer
Is this a bail?
2,000 credits for them to speed it up.
Huh?
Offer 2,000 credits for them to speed it up.
Are we bailing?
Tell them if they get it done in the next few minutes, we will throw in
Next hour.
in the next hour. We'll throw in an extra 1,000 credits.
Oh, they haven't even brought us into the operating room. Like we're still waiting to be looked at. Like they got ships in there still.
Or get it done.
All right. I'll talk with these guys. All right.
But
Can I walk in and speak to
oh yeah, sure.
those
yeah.
working?
But as everybody's kind of making their way back to the ship, and Zelos II is the new target, this is where we're going to leave things off for tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. As always, please, please, please take care of yourselves. Continue to wash your hands. Continue to keep your distance. Continue to wear your masks in public. If you are of age and you can get yourself vaccinated, please get yourself vaccinated. We're still not out of the woods yet, and until we are all on the same page about how to handle it, we're going to be stuck behind the 8 ball. So please, please, please get yourselves vaccinated. As always, if you are watching live, just know that it is okay to not be okay. We take mental health really seriously here on the channel, so if you need to reach out to get help, know that there are phone numbers going up on our Twitch chat live right now. They'll be in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube. So please get yourself some help if you need it. If you're not in the United States, there's a link for the resources to find in the area that you live in. Mental health should not be stuck behind a stigma or a taboo subject line. It is part of our general health, and we need to take care of ourselves and each other. So please, if you are a friend or family member of somebody that is normally a strong personality, please check in on them. Send them a little hello text or how are you text, because you never know what could change the trajectory of somebody's life, and little gestures go a long way. So please check in on your friends, check in on your family. As always, you can find us here tomorrow for a special one-shot where you see one of these faces coming back. If not, you can catch us on Monday for our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Salem by Night, which takes place in 1984 Salem, Oregon. This Monday is our Camarilla chapter. Tuesdays are going to be switching up a bit here. I will be running a Mage Chronicle set in 1988 Miami, Florida for McStabber Studios. So if you're not following them, please give them a follow. I'm setting their link up with some of our other friends up in our chat. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the 3rd season. It's going to culminate in one more season, and I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but it will be taking place in 1992. So if you know your Miami history, you know what happened back then. But otherwise, we will see you next week on Friday when we go back to our Dungeons and Dragons game, and Brandon lets us down one more time by not being there because of his show. But, you know, he's doing adult things, and we are proud of him for being an adult of some caliber. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and you know where to find us, and we will see you when we see you. Have a good night.